Just starting in child's pose to open up the hips and plus start relaxing. I know both of you have worked today. Just finishing, so just pushing the hips back and starting to relax everything. And we'll just connect to the breath and we'll just hang in this position just to keep pushing the hips back. Keep focusing on the breath and just bring ourselves to the space on the mat. And just getting deeper into the inhale. So inhale through the nose, exhale through the nose, and just getting deeper into each inhale and longer and slower into the exhale. And continually, while you're in child's pose, keep pushing the hips back to the heels. And relaxing the forehead on the floor. So another 45 seconds here. So tonight's class, we're going to get a bit of movement in early. So by moving the spine nice and early down through a short flow, then into some standing and back into some yin, and just a short nidra at the end will be nice. So when you're ready, slowly come out of where you are and come into crocodile pose. So flat on the stomach, in supine, in prone. Stack the hands, bring the forehead to the hands, feet out. Toes pointing out and heels pointing in, legs away from each other. And again here, just focus on the breath. Just getting used to the space where you are now, just getting used to being calm, relaxed. Another 3 or 4 breaths here. And then when you're ready, help yourself up onto all fours. I'm going to move through some cat-cow. So make sure the wrists are underneath the shoulders, spread the fingers out wide, knees underneath the hips. When we inhale, we bring shoulder blades together, chin away from the chest, belly button to the floor. Exhale, come into cat pose, belly button to the spine, pushing the floor away. Inhale, into cow. And then just work through that in your own pace. So we really want to focus on the breath. So that Ujjayi breath, really hearing yourself, the back of your throat, through the nose. Getting deeper into each pose, so bring the shoulder blades really close together, chin up, in cow, and then chin right to the chest in cat. I'm going to move into plank position, so just bring the hands forward slightly, come up on the toes, push the heels back, push the floor away, belly button to the spine, and just breathe. Then drop the knees to the floor and bring the chin and the chest down. So as close as you can get, elbows in, so we're getting a really nice back bend here. Hips up high. Then pushing the chest through, coming into Bhujangasana, but just bring the feet together. Elbows in, just bring the chest off the floor only, just the chest. Shoulder blades together, chin up, sternum up. And then roll up, back onto all fours. Roll the toes over, kick the hips up and come into downward facing dog. Have a really good stretch through downward facing dog. So just pushing the hips up high and just feel the stretch, feel your body, feel where you are, feel what you need to do, feel how you need to stretch it. And just push through that stretch. Keep pushing the hips up higher. So spread the fingers out wide. Bring the weight into the thumb and the pointer finger. Push the floor away. Make sure the insides of the elbows are facing each other. Push the hips up to the ceiling. Chin to chest, chest towards the thighs, heels towards the floor, and looking between the legs. Eventually look up and under to the belly button. And breathe. And when you're ready, drop to the knees. And we come through some cat-cow again. So just nice and easy cat-cow. And we'll go through the flow just to warm ourselves up before we get deeper into the spine. So now come into neutral position. And then just get ready to start the flow. So we just come into cow, so shoulder blades together, chin away from the chest, belly button to the floor. Push away, come into cat, roll the shoulders, belly button to the spine. Then we come into plank, so come up on the toes, slide the feet back, and we're in plank position. This time we'll go through half chaturanga, so drop the knees to the floor, chest towards the floor, elbows in, push through, and come into Bhujangasana Cobra pose. Shoulder blades together, sternum up, push the hips into the floor. Feel that stretch at the back. Come onto all fours, roll the toes over, kick the hips up, downward facing dog. So push the hips up high, chin towards the chest, have a breath. Drop to the knees, coming to cow, and then back into child's pose. Couple of breaths in child's pose. And inhale, come up, come straight into cow. Exhale, cat. Plank position. Half chaturanga, so knees. Chest towards the floor, elbows in, push through, Bhujangasana Cobra pose. Roll the toes over. Kick the hips up, come into downward facing dog. Drop to the knees. Come into cow. And then back into child's pose. Come back up, straight into cow, cat, plank, half chaturanga, so knees, Chest towards the floor, elbows in, push the chest through, come into Bhujangasana, Cobra pose. Roll the toes over, kick the hips up, downward facing dog. Drop to the knees, come into cow, and then back into child's pose. So we're going to go through 2 of those quick. So come up, inhale, cow, exhale, cat, plank, half chaturanga, elbows in, push through, Bhujangasana, roll the toes over, kick the hips up, downward facing dog, drop to the knees, come into cow pose, child's pose. Inhale, come up straight into cow, exhale, cat, plank, half chaturanga, knees, chest towards the floor, elbows in, push through, Bhujangasana, roll the toes over, kick the hips up, downward facing dog. Drop to the knees, come into cow, and then rest in child's pose. So get the breath back, starting to warm up now, open up the joints. Probably heard a few cracks and creaks there. So just opening up through there, just rest in child's pose, just enjoy the stretch in child's pose, the rest, the stretch, the feeling in child's pose. More breaths. You're going to help yourself up onto all fours. You're going to bring the right hand up and raise it as high as you can go. So come up as high as you can. And then push it underneath that left arm and the body and bring the right shoulder onto the floor with the right ear onto the floor. You can either stretch the left hand out in front of you or bring the left hand up and over the back. Twisting. It depends what you want. Breathing, just stretching through the shoulders. Inhale, bring the left hand up. Exhale, the left hand down. Bring that right hand all the way back up. Then down onto the floor. Pick the left hand up. Come all the way through. Shoulder on the floor. Right hand up if you like, or in front of you, or over the back of you. Bring the right hand up, right hand down, then that left hand comes up. Bring it all the way down. Roll the toes over, kick the hips up, downward facing dog. Just hold here for a couple of breaths. And then when you're ready, walk the feet up in between the hands to the top of the mat. Bend knees if you need to. Grab the elbows and just dangle down. Really push those hips up and keep bringing that head down. Breathing deeply, that deep inhale while you're dropping that head down and pushing the hips up. Do that deep inhale, do that long, slow exhale. On the next inhale, bend the knees, slowly come up, bring the hands all the way up, all the way above the head. I'm going to interlace all 10 fingers, release index fingers, cross the thumbs. So we know this one now, so push down through the heels, squeeze the glutes, tilt the hips forward. Bring the arms to the ears. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, come down to the left. Then back to center and down to the right. So just continue that, slow, fast, whatever you feel like doing today. You get deep into the side body now. Laterally bending the spine. So come back to center. Set yourself up again, so you want to make sure those heels are deep into the floor. Squeeze the glutes, squeeze the thighs, reach up with the fingers, arms with the ears. Reach up higher again, inhale and exhale, come down to the left. Keep pushing that right hip out. Keep pushing the right hip out as you reach over with the hands. So keep reaching and pushing, reaching and pushing. Now bring the weight to the heels and bring the left shoulder towards the camera. Reach out a bit further. Come down deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper. Slowly come up. Reset, so heels into the floor, squeeze the glutes, squeeze the thighs, tilt the hips forward, reach up, inhale, exhale, come down to the right. This time the left hip, you want to push that out as far as it goes. You want to reach those hands over as far as they go. We want to see that half moon shape on the side of the body. So bring the weight into the heels, bring the right shoulder slightly forward towards the camera, come down again and push that hip away. Now reach over as far as you can, come down and down and down, all the way back up. Hold the hands where they are, coming into a back bend. Push down through the heels, squeeze the glutes, hips forward, roll the eyes back. Bring the arms back with the ears, come back and go back. So just keep rolling the eyes back. Keep rolling the eyes back. Look back, go back. Further back, go back, come back. Push the hips forward, breathe. And then slowly, slowly come up. When you come up, keep the arms without, bend the knees, and then coming down, bring the hands onto the floor, and then just walk those heels out. So walk them up and down, drop the head down, and just work getting deep into the hips as we stretch through the hamstrings with this one. So then you're going to bend the knees, bring the hands behind, and either stand on the fingers, that's the best option, or grab the heels. But wherever you are, bring those elbows as close as you can, behind the legs together, pull and stretch. So you're pulling and stretching. Pulling is the object of stretching, so pull and stretch. Pull and stretch, bring the forehead towards the shins, hips up high, bring the weight into the toes slightly as you pull the heels. And then exhale, release. Bend the knees, come up, arms all the way up, and then bring them down either sides. Standing in Tadasana, just allowing that blood to flow through. Well done, should be all woken up by now. We're going to come into Ustrasana, not Ustrasana, Utkatasana, which is chair pose. So bring the feet hip width apart. We bring the hands in line with the shoulders. Bring the fingers together, it's like glue. So hands in line with the shoulders, fingers together. Now bring the shoulder blades together, and then we're just going to sit down in the chair. Simple, sit down into the chair, shoulder blades together, reach the hands forward and sit down a little bit further. Now push the hips back as if you're sliding back in the chair. Come down a little bit deeper, reach forward. Now bend the back. Bring the weight into the heels. The toes might rise slightly, come down a little bit further. And then exhale, slowly come up. Keep the arms where they are. Come up on the toes, as high as you can go. Then sit down in the chair. Beautiful. Shoulder blades together, reach forward, knees up, hips up, heels up. Back bend here, so shoulder blades together. Reach forward, slide the hips back, sit down a little bit further, bring those heels up a little bit more, and then slowly come up. Keep the arms where they are, turn the toes inwards, knees together, come up on the toes, slowly, slowly come down. Keep squeezing the knees, work on the balance, holding there. And if you're all the way down, just come up slightly, push the knees together, shoulder blades together, reach forward, and then exhale, come up nice and slow. Bring the hands down by the sides and relax. That kills the shoulders, that one. It's a good one. All right. So we're going to do 2 balancing poses now. So I've sort of worked this out. So we got the warm up, the strengthening of the spine, and now some balance. So push down through the right foot, pick up the left knee. Just hold the left knee there. Try and get the ankle under the knee, so it's in line. And then bring the hands around if you can. Shoulder blades together, holding there. Work on your balance. Try and get that balance in that right foot. Placing the foot correctly on the floor. Hold there and focus. If you fall out, just straight back in. Just calming that breath now. If you can, bring the right hand to the right hip or hold where you are. Peace fingers around the big toes is the option. Straighten the spine. And the other option now is to kick out. Kicking out if you are. And wherever you are, if you've just got the knee there, just bring the knee across, come out wide. It's no different to this and knee coming out wide. So work with it. I'm looking at you losing balance, Leanne, and I'm losing balance. I'm blaming you. Coming back to center. Bring the knee in and then just relax. Sometimes in this pose, like I can balance spot on. And other times, I'll just hang here and I'll just do this. And that's it. So, some days when you're out of balance, you're just out of balance. And you're not going to get it physically and mentally to work. So it's worth trying, but then just work on your balance. So push the left foot down, bring the right knee up. And this is where you focus. So focus on one spot on the floor in front of you. Bring the shoulder blades together, the sternum up. That'll give you more chance of balance. And holding there. So either hold there or bring the left hand to the left hip. Grab the big toe with the peace fingers. Lift up straight. And if you want to stay here, but you can bring that leg out when it comes to going out. Kick the right foot out. And then bring the leg out. Whether you've got the knee or the foot, bring the leg out. Holding there. Focus, breathe wherever you are. Come back to center. Bend the knee. Coming back. Drop the knee down. Shake the legs out. Well done. So come to the backs of your mat. We're going to do Tulandasana, or balancing stick. This is like Warrior 3. It's just a more of a heart thumper of a version. So we bring the hands up, palms together, release index, cross the thumbs. We're going to inhale the left foot forward. Get yourself balanced here and then come up. Then come into a capital T. So keep reaching the hands forward as you push the leg back. So it's like someone's pulling your fingers forward and your leg back. Beautiful, good balance. Keep reaching forward, leg back. Before that, come back in, reach back, reach forward, come back and forward once more. Straighten that leg, push the back leg back, slowly come up, step back. Keep the arms where they are. We're going to inhale, right foot forward, and then coming up. Coming into that capital T. Reach back, reach back. Keep reaching back. So bring that leg up, bring the arms up to the ears, keep looking down. Good work. Remember and breathe. And then when you're ready, stepping back, bring the arms back down. And beautiful. So walk to the front of your mat. Just come into Tadasana to allow that breath to come back. We're going to get into some stronger hold poses right now. So just breathe. On the next inhale, we're going to bring the right foot back. Bring it on a 90-degree angle. We're going to get into Warrior Two straight away. So bring the hands in line with the shoulders, bend that front knee. So now what I want you to do is really set up here. So make sure that the blade of the back foot is pushing into the floor. So it's not coming up, you're not rolling inwards. The back leg is solid. Switch on the right glute. The hands are in line with the shoulders, but bring that knee forward. Make sure you can see the big toe. Now line up the back hand, so the right hand with the shoulder. Do the same with the front. Push the left knee forward. Straighten that back leg again. Left knee forward, straighten the back leg. Now the left knee is going to come in a little bit, so push it away. You want it to go outwards. Bring the chin towards the shoulder, holding there. Push the left knee forward. Reach back with the right hand as you push the left knee forward. Straighten that back leg again. Push the knee away. Turn the left hand to face up. Right hand back on the back leg. Come up and over. Keep pushing the left knee forward. Now you want that palm to face the floor. And if you can, look at the palm. That's the left palm. Push the left knee forward, holding there. We're going to come all the way over into Trikonasana with a bent knee. So keeping that bent knee there, bringing the elbow on the inside of the knee, pushing against the knee to push the knee away. Right hand up, left hand down. Now push the blade of the foot into the back, into the floor. Straighten that back leg. Switch the right glute on. Push the left knee away. Reach up with the right hand. Bring the left hip towards the front of the body as you push the knee away. Drop the right shoulder back. Holding there. Breathe. And slowly come up. Straighten that front leg and bring the back foot in a couple of centimeters. Then we reach forward, turn the palms to face the front of the body, and then come down into Trikonasana this way. So there's a couple of ways you can do this. You can grab the shin and keep pushing the shin away and reach up. Or you can grab the foot, palm flat to the floor, or point the fingers down. Wherever you are, we want to go through it again. Push the blade of the foot into the ground. Straighten that back leg. Squeeze the glute. Bring the left hip forward. The right shoulder back. Inhale, come up. Pravita Konasana, so revolving. So we bring the right hand down, left hand up. The right hand can come onto the foot or the shin or the floor, and we pick that left arm up and we revolve the chest around. If it's too much with the left hand up, bring the palm to the lower back and twist. Left hand up, left hand down, bring it onto the floor, and then walk the hands around to the facing the camera, both sets of toes facing that way. Then we're going to turn the fingers to point inwards, away, the back of you, and walk them underneath. Walk the hands underneath the body. Reach as far as you can, but keep the palms on the floor. Stretching through the hamstrings. Hanging here. Breathing. And slowly walk the hands forward. So what we're going to do now is bend the knees. So put a bend in the knees. If you've got to bring your feet slightly in, do that. Bend the knees, push the hips back, and come into prayer position. Okay, so we're just seated in the air in prayer. And then what we do is we bring the right hand to the left knee, left hand behind the body, and just twist. Holding there. Breathe and hold. Come back to center in prayer. Then left hand on the outside of the right knee, right palm behind, and twist. Coming back to center, drop the hands down, straighten the legs, walk the hands around to the other side of the mat to your right foot, turn the right toes to face the front of the mat, back toes 90 degrees where they are, and come up into warrior two. Beautiful, setting up into warrior two. So you know that blade of the back foot needs to be pushed down nice and solid into the floor. Solid back leg, solid left glute. Push the right knee forward. Make sure you can see the big toe. If not, slide the foot forward. Right knee goes away from the body, not inside the body. Bring the hands in line with the shoulders. Line up left hand. Now right hand. Blade of the back foot into the floor. Straighten that back leg. Switch on the left glute. Push the right knee forward. Bring chin to the right shoulder. Holding there. Straighten the back leg. Push the knee away. Turn the right palm up. Left hand on the back leg. Push the right knee forward. Come up and over. Palm facing the floor, looking at the palm if you can. Keep pushing the right knee forward. Reverse warrior. Inhale, come up. All the way into Trikonasana, so bringing that right elbow on the inside of the right knee. Left arm up. Make sure the blade of the back foot is in to the floor. Straighten the left leg. Push the knee, the right knee away with the elbow. Reach up as high as you can. Now bring the right hip to the front of the body. Drop the left shoulder back. Straighten that back leg. Switch on the left glute. Reach up, reach down. And then come up. Straighten that front leg. Bring the left foot in a couple centimeters. Palms to face the front of the body. Reach forward and come down into Trikonasana this way. Getting a different stretch here. Either grab the shin, ankle, foot, or palm flat to the floor, reaching up. Back leg solid. Turning the palm to where the chest is facing. Then bring the right hip underneath, forward to the forward part of the body. Drop the left shoulder back. Inhale, come up. Pravita Konasana, so we bring the left hand up and over. Grab the shin, foot, or palm flat to the floor. Reach that right arm up, twisting the chest around. Both legs are straight. Palm to the lower back, it's too much up in the air. And then slowly coming up. Turn the toes to face the side of the mat again. Bring the hands behind the body, interlace all 10 fingers, shoulder blades together, reach back, chin up, chest up, come forward. Bring the arms over as much as they can go. Release the hands, keep the head down. Grab the big toes if you can, if not the shins or the ankles, or stand on the fingers and then just pull and stretch. Pull and stretch. Pull and stretch. Release, bring the hands in front of the body again. Now out wide, come all the way up, bring the chest up. You're going to turn the toes to face the front of the mat. Step up, feet together, palms down by the sides, and just relax into Tadasana. Just standing Shavasana. It should be really, really open now. We've opened the spine a lot. We've had a lot of spine twists. All those hero poses have got a twist in the spine. When you're ready, we'll transition to the floor. So we're going to come into tree pose. So push the right foot into the floor, bring the left foot up. So depending where you like tree pose, whether it's the calf, the thigh, or up on top of the thigh. Whichever way you can bring the left hand up. If your foot stays there, bring the right hand up. Shoulder blades together, sternum up, and just focus. And then release the hands, release the foot, bring the right foot to wherever you want it. Right hand up. Find that focus point in front of you somewhere. If your foot stays, left hand up, shoulder blades together, sternum up. And then release. So you're going to work your way down onto the floor into Shavasana. Give yourself a nice rest in Shavasana. So that's a good Hatha session just there, where we opened up with that little bit of a flow. And we did some really, really strong poses. Some balance, some strong poses with twists. So we've lengthened through the spine, twisted the spine. We'll get you to, if your block is handy or whatever you put underneath your back, is just grab that. And when you're ready, we're just going to come into supported bridge. So just bring yourself into that bridge pose. So we're offering the hips up higher and the legs out. And just be in that pose. Relaxing in the pose. We'll be here for a few minutes, 3 minutes. So really just enjoy this stretch, this relax. Bring the shoulder blades in towards each other. As you bring the chin towards the chest, arms away from the body, palms facing up. So now we're just relaxing the heart a little bit. I'm going to relax it a bit more shortly. Those moves we did just there in a nice strong pose. It's a really strong set of poses that I'll put you through. So now it's time to relax and open up through other parts of the body. So connect to the breath, the Ujjayi breath. So we want to hear that restriction of the throat, the snoring, or the sound at the back of the throat. So you've got a minute to go. So now the yin part is going to just relax everything. You're probably feeling a bit fuzzy around the body. It's a really nice way to finish now. So when you're ready, lift the hips up, release what's under you, bring the hips back onto the floor, legs straight out. So we're going to stay laying where we are unless you want to move to a wall. So we're going to bring the legs up. So that really nice pose where we're hanging the opposite way to dangling the head down, dangling the legs up. So you can have the block underneath you and just bring the legs up, or just legs straight up with the hands underneath you, or go to a wall, push the bum against the wall and have the legs up high. So whatever's comfortable. It's a 3-minute pose. So just enjoy the relaxing of the heart. For all those poses, Warrior 2, Trikonasana, Reverse Warrior, Revolving Trikonasana, bending forward with the head dropping down, all that puts a lot of pressure. It gets the heart to really, really start pumping. So what we've done now is just reverse that by easing down onto the floor through a balancing pose, tree pose. Then a back bend through supported bridge, and now this pose here. So everything is relaxing back down. So it's like a really good training session where you hit your peak and then you recover. And that's what we're doing here, but just longer periods of time. And those legs should feel nice and light while they're up. Just feel really comfortable, really relaxed. Just try and bring that belly button to the spine, shoulder blades together, chin to the chest, arms away from the body, palms facing up. You got just under a minute to go. This is a pose I don't like finishing. I could stay in this for so long. Just enjoy the comfort of this pose. Continually focus on the breath. Don't ever lose sight of the breath. Don't worry about dinner or what's going to happen after this, just the breath. Slowly, slowly release, coming down into Shavasana for at least a minute here. Just allowing that blood now to start coming through the legs again, through the hips. Just bringing the oxygen, the nutrients through the legs. Feel it coming into the feet now. I can just feel it coming into the feet. So when you're ready now, we're going to keep the left foot on the ground, the left leg on the ground. Pick the right leg up, interlace all 10 fingers, place them below the knee. We want to bring that right knee away from the body and pull it up towards the right armpit, squeezing down, feeling a pinch between the hip and the thigh. So really squeeze down as much as you can. We've done this pose quite a few times in the last few weeks. So just work deeper into it. Get a deeper massage of the ascending colon as you pull down tighter and hold and breathe. Just hold and breathe. And then release. Keep the leg bent. Keep the left leg straight. Keep the right knee bent. Bring the right foot onto the left thigh. The right hand out in line with the right shoulder. Left hand on the left knee. Sorry, on the right knee, and pull the knee across to the left. So stretching through that spine. Look out to the right if you can. You're going to hold here for 8 to 10 breaths. Nice twist of the spine, opening through the shoulders. So the goal here is to shimmy the shoulders so that they're both on the floor if you can. It's going to give you a really good twist in the middle and lower spine. And when you're ready, slowly come up. Keep the left leg straight. Sole of the right foot goes towards the ceiling. We grab the outside of the right foot with our hand. If not the outside, grab the inside or the ankle or behind the knee. we come into half happy baby. So bringing that knee on the outside, but this time we're getting a different stretch by having the leg on like an L shape, an angle. So pulling down on the outside, the rib cage with that knee, keeping that left leg straight, keeping it solid. Another 8 to 10 breaths here. This is a really good opener of the hips, this one here. Doing one hip at a time. Sometimes you find you get more by doing one hip at a time. You get a deeper opener. And then release. Bring that right leg all the way down, straighten out the leg, allow the blood to flow back through, and we move into the left side. So bend the left knee up, interlace all 10 fingers, place them below the knee. Bring the knee away from the body and pull it up towards the left armpit, squeezing down between the hip and the thigh is where you feel it. Squeeze and pull. Keep that right leg straight, squeeze and pull. Chin towards the chest. It's always going to allow you to keep the length in the spine. It's just going to give you more room to pull deeper on that leg. Another 4 breaths or so. Deep massage of the descending colon right here. And then exhale, release. We're going to bring the left foot on to the right thigh, right hand on the outside of the left knee, left hand in line with the left shoulder, and bring the left knee across the body. Bring the shoulder blades onto the floor. Look out to the left if it feels comfortable. We're here for about 8 breaths or so. The more you get those shoulder blades flat, the better the twist of the spine. And when you're ready, slowly come up, keeping that right leg straight. Sole of the foot, of the left foot, pointing up. Bring the knee away from the rib cage, pulling down on that left foot. Knee away from the ribs, pulling down to the floor. So if you can't grab the outside of the foot, just where it's comfortable. Sometimes the big toe is comfortable here for most people. And that's okay. You're still getting a really good stretch wherever you're grabbing. Even if you want to grab with both hands, it should give you that option. Sometimes it's really easy to grab the foot with both hands and not one. So just work on that as well. Another 5 or so breaths. And then release. Bring that left leg down, straight. We're just going to allow that blood to flow through just for a few breaths before we bring both knees into the chest. Now both knees into the chest. Wrap the arms around. Get as much around those arms as you can, those legs as you can with the arms. Try and bring the shoulder blades towards the floor. Keep pulling the knees in towards the chest. Dropping the tailbone down towards the floor if you can. Chin towards the chest. And breathe. Don't forget to breathe. And exhale, release. So good 30, 40 seconds now in Shavasana. So just allow those legs to straighten out. We're going to get a good lot of blood flow through the stomach and through the hips. Now when you're ready, just bend the knees up. You're going to bring feet together. Toes and heels touch, knees down together. Bring the hands out in line with the shoulders and drop both knees to the one side, to the right side. So just dropping both knees down to that right side. Bring the shoulder blades again to the floor. Not here for too long. Just really moving on those outside of the hips now. Coming back to center. Now drop the other way. Shoulder blades on the floor. Look out to the right if you can. And slowly coming back up. And just rolling up to a seated position. So we're going to come into Supta Vajrasana right now. So Supta Vajrasana is the one where we sit in between the heels like this. And that might be enough, or you might want a block or a towel underneath you. And then just leaning back. Or if you can come all the way back, you just work your way down onto the floor, slowly coming back. Or you might want a cushion behind you, whichever way you feel is right. Or if you want one leg out, one leg back, and then reach back, come back this way. So whatever you choose, but if you can get both legs down like that and sit in between there, that's fine. If you've got any pain between the knees, it's always good to have a towel and just roll that up, place it underneath the knee, bring that knee back and come back that way. If you've got uncomfortable between on the ankles, have the towel at the back on the tops of the feet as you come back. So holding in this position. And breathing is really important in this position. So what we're doing, we've worked on those poses just before, we've worked up to getting the hips down lower by working on the hips, the way we move them outwards from the body. So we were just getting them prepared for this. You might feel tight in the knees, and that's okay. This is what it's for, is to loosen that area. And just breathe through this one. So this is stretching through those quads, okay? So we really want to feel that stretch through the quads. The good thing about this one is we're getting a really good stretch through the ankles, through the knees, through the hips, through the quads. And the further you go back, the deeper you get into the hips and the more you get closer to the stomach, so the muscles in the stomach start stretching. If you're just doing one side, to switch to the other side. So if you were doing left leg out, right leg bent, switch, left leg bent, right leg out. And just breathe. Enjoy the stretch of the quad. Once you start releasing that tightness of the quad, you're going to get way more room to go back, but take your time to get there. You start going too early, you just get in a lot of discomfort. You don't want to be discomfort in this sort of pose. Doesn't matter where you are, it's helping the knees, the ankles, the hips, the quads mainly. Focus on the breath. Try and connect to that Ujjayi breath as much as you can. Hearing yourself breathe. Slowly coming out of the pose. Really important to flip over into Shavasana as quick and as elegant as you can. Allow that blood to start flowing through those knees, those hips, ankles, thighs, stomach. I love this pose because I can feel that blood just flushing through those knees. It's what you need to feel in that pose. It's a really good way to get rid of all that stagnant energy in the knees. It does it in other parts of the body as well, but it's just so dominant, flushing out the knee joint. So you need a good minute in this pose to allow everything to get back to normal. There's a lot of stuff happening just in that pose. When you're ready, bend the knees up, give yourself a hug. We're going to roll up to a seated position, seated. And we're going to come in to a pose before we hit Yoga Nidra. We'll finish with after this pose, about a 12-minute Yoga Nidra. So come into deer pose, so twisted deer. So this is one of everyone's favorites. I know that. It's an awesome pose. Really nice way to finish off. So bring the left knee down, right knee comes underneath the left foot. Bring your cushion or whatever's comfortable for you, your blankets on the left-hand side. Twist the body around. So make sure you twist before you go down. Don't twist as you're going down. Twist and then come down into the pose. You should feel that right hip coming up and over. Try and bring the right cheek onto the pillow or cushion or whatever you're on. And just enjoy 3 minutes in this beautiful pose. So we're getting the twist of the spine. We're getting the opening of the hip, the stretch of the outer hip. We're opening the inner hips as well, having the legs apart the way they are. But we're massaging the abdominal organs as well through this one, which is really important. It's stopping a lot of blood flow through there. So your breath might have wanted to speed up before. You can just slow that down. So you're just on halfway through this side. Enjoy. Anytime we twist the spine, we detox. So just remember that twisting of the spine is so important for a lot of reasons. One is flexibility of the spine, mobility, and also just to release the tension of the spine so we can get all those messages flying up and down there as fast as we can. We need the spine to be strong. We need plenty of space in the spine. Just the last 20 seconds on this side. So just slowly get those breaths deeper towards the end. And then slowly come out of the pose. We're going to move to the other side. So flipping over to that other side. This will prepare you to sit beautifully in Yoga Nidra, or lay beautifully in Yoga Nidra. So right knee down, left knee at the bottom of the right foot. Bring the pillow, cushion, whatever you've got, to the right, and then twist, and then come down. Twist and then come down. So it usually takes until now, just took me till now, so a good 50 seconds to get that breath under control once you've twisted. So you're blocking the blood flow to those organs, and the breath wants to speed up because you're moving into fight or flight. So it takes about 50 seconds to get that under control. Once that's under control, you should really enjoy this pose. Enjoy the twist of the spine, the lengthening of the spine, the opening of the hip and the stretch of the outside of the hip. So a lot happening here, stretching through the ankle as well, the knee. We've got about 1 minute and 20 seconds to go. So the last 3 or 4 breaths in this pose, and make sure you're nice and deep. Inhale, long, slow exhale. And slowly start untwisting. Coming up, getting into the final pose, Shavasana. So we've got just on 15 minutes, which is really nice. We've got a really nice Yoga Nidra. So just give yourself the space now. You're all loose for it. Give yourself this chance to come into the deepest relaxation you've had of the day, and then move on to what you need to do at night. Give yourself this gift of relaxation. Get yourself comfortable. And just allow yourself to fall into the space now. So just preparing your sankalpa or your resolve, so just getting that ready, getting that mentally prepared for when it's due. Some short sentence that you want to bring into your life, something you want to bring into your life. It's a nice, short, sharp sentence. We'll explain that. So close your eyes and become aware. Become aware of you laying motionless in Shavasana. If there's any adjustments, make those adjustments now. And then no movement until the practice is finished. So just for this 15 minutes or so, just get yourself relaxed, forget all your problems, your worries, and concentrate just on Yoga Nidra. Forget all your cares. Take a deep breath in. And as you breathe out, feel yourself just letting go. So start the relaxation process by becoming aware of the outside sounds. Become aware of any distant sounds outside of your building. Allow your sense of hearing to range into the distance. And then gradually withdraw it back into the building you're in. Back to the room that you're in. Now develop your awareness of the room. Develop the awareness of yourself laying on the floor and become aware of your body laying on the floor. Become aware of your body laying on the floor. Become aware of your breathing. Just be conscious that you are breathing and do not concentrate. Just be conscious that you are breathing. Awareness of your breath, awareness of your body. That's all you need right now. Now just remember your purpose and say mentally to yourself, I'm going to practice Yoga Nidra. I will remain awake, I will not sleep. I am going to practice Yoga Nidra. So resolve. Now state your resolve. Repeat your resolve mentally with full awareness and feeling 3 times. We always start Yoga Nidra with rotation of consciousness. This helps to focus on one thing and relax the body. So we move into a rotation of consciousness, awareness of different parts of the body by taking a trip through the body, and let your mind jump freely from part to part, from one part to the next, without analysing. We always start on the right hand side, so the right hand thumb. Visualize, feel the right hand thumb, second finger, third, fourth, fifth finger, palm of the hand. Back of the hand, the wrist, the lower arm, elbow. Upper arm, shoulder, armpit. Right side, right waist, right hip. Right thigh, right kneecap. Right calf muscle, right ankle, right heel. Sole of the right foot, top of the right foot. The right toes, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. The left side, the left hand thumb, visualize, feel the left hand thumb, second finger, third, fourth, and fifth. Palm of the hand, back of the hand, the wrist, the lower arm, and the elbow. Upper arm, shoulder, armpit. The left side and the left waist, the left hip, the left thigh, the left kneecap, the calf muscle, the ankle, the heel, the sole of the left foot, the top of the left foot. The left toes, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now we'll go to the front of the body. We'll start at the top of the head. Start at the top of the head. Visualize the forehead. The right eyebrow, the left eyebrow. The eyebrow center. The right eyelid, the left eyelid. The right eye, the left eye. Right ear, left ear. Right nostril, left nostril. Right cheek, left cheek. Upper lip, lower lip, the space between the lips. The chin, the jaw, the throat. The right collarbone, visualize, feel the right collarbone. Left collarbone. The right chest, the left chest, the middle of the chest. The navel, the upper abdomen, the lower abdomen, the right groin, the left groin. The right thigh, the left thigh, the right knee. The left knee, the right calf muscle, the left calf muscle. The right ankle, the left ankle. The right toes and the left toes. Now the back, the right sole, the left sole. Right heel, left heel. Right calf muscle, back of the right knee, back of the left knee. Back of the right thigh, back of the left thigh. The right buttock, the left buttock. The right hip, the left hip, the whole of the spine, the right shoulder blade. Visualize the left shoulder blade, the back of the neck, the back of the head, the top of the head. Move into the major parts, the whole right leg, the whole left leg, both legs together. Whole of the right arm, whole of the left arm, both arms together. Whole of the head together, whole of the back together, whole front together. The whole body together, the whole body together. Now bring your awareness to the natural breath. Natural breath. Bring your awareness to the natural breath. So now we're going to commence the practice of mental Nadi Shodhana. Alternate nostril breathing mentally. The mental awareness of breathing through alternate nostrils, counting backwards from 108 to 1. As follows: 108, inhale, left nostril. 108, exhale, right nostril. 107, inhale, right nostril. 107, exhale, left nostril. And so on, and so on, Say this mentally to yourself as you practice. Remember, you can't make a mistake. You must go back to 108 and start again if any mistake has been made. Full awareness of mental, alternate, nostril breathing and counting. There should be no mistakes, no sleeping, no mistakes. Just continue with that full awareness, mental, alternate, nostril breathing. So counting with total awareness, no mistakes, just total awareness of mental, alternate nostril breathing. No sleeping, you were practicing Yoga Nidra. Now cease counting, go back to the natural breath and become aware of the inner space. Become aware of the Chitta, which is the inner space that you see behind your forehead. Notice the inner space behind your forehead. Develop awareness of this space, an infinite space that extends as far as you can see, as low or as high or as wide as you can see. Become aware of this space. Be totally aware but not involved. Observe it as if you're watching a movie. What you see is projection of your subconscious. If you see patterns, this is simply the way your mind is manifesting. Maintain your awareness of the Chitta, the inner space behind the forehead. Keep watching this space carefully for any colours or patterns that may emerge. There should be no effort, just awareness of watching. Total awareness of watching with no involvement. Continue watching this space and become aware of any images, any spontaneous thoughts that emerge. Try to become aware of these. Now ask yourself, what am I thinking? Do not think, but become aware of the spontaneous thought process. Become a witness. Do not suppress any thought. Try to witness your thoughts and ask yourself again and again, what am I thinking? At the same time, maintain total awareness of any thought that is passing through the visible frame of your consciousness. No sleeping, you're practicing Yoga Nidra. Remain aware of your spontaneous thought process. What am I thinking? What am I thinking? Become a witness to the thoughts. Bring your awareness to the present. Make sure you're not sleeping. Resolve, resolve, resolve. Become aware of your resolve. Remember the resolve you made at the beginning of the practice. This is the time to repeat your resolve. State your resolve 3 times in the same words and with the same attitude, with the same feeling and emphasis as you did at the beginning of Yoga Nidra. Now become aware of your breathing. Become aware of the natural breath. Become aware of the breath through the nostrils. Develop total awareness of the nostril. Total awareness of the nostril breath, and continue practicing this. Mental awareness of nostril breathing. Extend your awareness of the breath to every part of the body. As you inhale, feel the life-giving force permeate your entire body. Take a long, slow, deep breath and become aware of your relaxed body. Become aware of your physical existence. Develop awareness of your surroundings, the floor that you are laying on, the room that you are in. Externalize your attention. Start making small movements in preparation for sitting up. Take your time, there is no hurry. Sit up slowly, open your eyes. Practice of Yoga Nidra is now complete. Thank you everyone, namaste. I hope you enjoyed. Should feel awesome after that. I actually feel good reading that one, that was quite nice. So thank you.
Thanks.
Good night.
Ray.
Hope you feel good. It was a hard start, but really nice end. So
Thank you.
have a good evening. Hope to see you all in the morning,
Thanks.
7:30. Take care.
Okay. Thanks, Ray. Thank you. Bye.
Good night. Bye.
See ya.
Bye.